Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're still watching the Rendezvous Show coming to you from our main studios right here at Accra TV. This is the up close and personal segment where we bring to you some of your favorite celebrities. We get to know what they have been up to all the while and what we should expect from them. Now, if we all know, there is this female genital mutilation, a practice that has been going on in some of our regions here in Ghana, especially the three northern regions, is a practice which has been perpetrated against young girls. Now, there is this international film project with the name Wuman. This project is to come out and help show us what exactly is going on and how best we can curb it. So, I am privileged to have in the studio Ajete Anan and, of course, Maurice. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so a bit about the project. I know it's an international film project and it's about the female genital mutilation, FGM, and it's featuring artists from all over Africa and then in the USA.
That's correct.
Okay, so we have our own Ajete Anan, we have Kasim Sinari, and a lot of other people. You being the producer, why Wuman?
That's a good question. Thank you. Woman, actually, it's a crossword between woman and human. For so long a time, we think women have been kept down, if I should say. And I think it's time now for women to come up. All over, you can see corporate entities, they are all asking or agitating for better treatment.
Yeah.
And I think nobody can do it better than us Ghanaians and as Africans. We value our women. However, there are some practices I think stigmatize them. So in order to move forward, I think it's time to do away with those kind of practice. And that's why Woman. It's a story about female genital mutilation and sex trafficking. It's it tells a story of a young girl who becomes a fugitive as a result of turning against her queen, a megalomaniac queen, for challenging the status quo.
Okay.
At the end, she escapes to US by the help of an international journalist.
Okay.
She secures enough support and comes back really big to challenge everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an international movie. It's a movie to basically put a stop to what is going on. I think it's time, you know, time is up.
Wow, that's beautiful. It is. It's unfortunate that sometimes we have to fight to leave our country to get somewhere in order to make it and come back. I wish we can have all that we need as young people growing up as girls and wouldn't have to go through all that. That's a brilliant project that we are looking forward to. Now, okay, so Ajete Anan, Pusha. Okay, so what role are you playing in this movie?
So I'm playing a character who, you know, in every system, you have those who are for it and those who are against it. And then you also have the middle guys who are open to changes or, you know, to find a middle way. And I guess that even though I'm culturally nurtured, I'm still open, you know, to, because if there's increase in knowledge in a certain direction, then, oh, okay, what we're doing now is because we didn't have too much knowledge. And so how can we, you know, more or less prune it to meet the times, if you will. And so my character pretty much represents that. And even though he still has the beliefs in the cultural customs, etc., he still thinks that where we are as a people, what can we do to better our scenarios than just be so adamant and rigid and stick to its customs. And so we have to do it, even if it's killing us or choking us, you know. So basically that's what my character does, to help sort of ensure that the lead character's quest to ensure that these things are changed is successful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask any of you: has any of you experienced? I mean, you're men, so definitely you haven't done. Have you encountered? Have you encountered any girl, a Ghanaian child, a young girl, who have gone through that and has sort of gone through hell through that? Have you encountered anybody of such?
Yes.
You have.
I have.
Tell me about it.
Personal friend. The problem goes beyond just stigmatization. It also has how do you call psychological problem. She's a very good friend of mine. Like I met her 3-4 years ago, and we were discussing something, and it came up. And after pressing her, I realized that she doesn't even have feeling. It looks like she has become a promiscuous in a way. It's totally contrary to what the practice, you know, is said to like achieve.
Okay.
And I think that alone kills people.
Yeah.
Forget about the outward, you know, problem.
Okay.
Inwardly, it's hurting them. And I realized such a beautiful lady going through that, and in her world, she thinks she's alone.
Okay.
And I realized, no, it's time as a filmmaker to do something about it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Ajete.
No, personally, I haven't.
Okay.
You know, I have in other regards in line with sex trafficking or child trafficking and child labor, but not directly.
Okay. Though you may not have directly experienced somebody who have gone through that, but with you, I mean, you have a voice.
Yes, of
We
course.
know you. We believe in you. And when you say it, we take it. So generally, what has been your impression? What do you think of that? And what, I know you're going to play a character, which at the end of it all, we hope is going to bring a change. What's your general impression about this whole art?
I think my general impression, of course, because we're using this medium of film, starts even with the story we're telling, and the fact that it doesn't come out to say that we're condemning, to say that everything is bad. No, we're saying that, look, let us really look at some of these things and the effect, the psychological traumas, etc., that it causes these individuals who have potentials, and therefore let's then negotiate, let's dialogue about these things and see how we can make it better. If the intention is good, but the process is where we have the problem, then let's try to change the process. And we have to do that, because, you know, we can't just keep, you know, being locked up in a certain space when the world is still moving on. And that is not to say that we should take everything that comes at us. But, you know, basically that's my thought on that.
Exactly. Adding to his, what he just said, I think Ghana has done well. I think Ghana government has to be applauded. They've basically annulled it. However, in certain parts of the country, they still practice it. But it goes beyond just Ghana. It's an international phenomenon. It's a problem that is destroying some people. UN, World Health Organization, and many big, even the international figures have tried. But there's one thing that is lacking. People hear and they don't really pay that much attention. When they see, they pay attention, because film, if not the most powerful tool in communicating effectively. So I think with the film and such international stars who are passionate about the film, we can reach more people, and we can basically achieve what just talking has, you know, they've done well.
Okay. Now, Ajete, with your voice once again, is this something you will want to consider? First of all, I am happy that I have men here who are fighting for our young girls, rather not women. So kudos, you're doing well already. But with your voice, with your fame, and all that, what can you do apart from the role? Like he said, probably the government has done something is doing something, but it's different signing papers in Parliament and all that, and it's different being on the ground. maybe a little monitoring here, maybe a visit to some families here and there. With you, if you go there, everybody will listen to you. They all know you. Okay, so anything else that you want to do to make this more impactful?
I think one of the ways using our social media platforms, you know, and trying to tackle some of these issues and giving a voice on those platforms, and also have opportunities. Look, sometimes work takes us to the regions, you know, and when we're there, we could begin to engage some of the practices in there, and you know, in a very, very informal space, for them to get the message that, oh, even Pusha is saying that we have to relook at this, and that's where, because I'm not even looking at only those in helm of affairs at the moment. I'm looking at the generation that are going to be taking over. You know, this is transferred. You know, so that generation, once they are inculcated that, oh, these things we have to look at it. Once they get into that point of influence, then they'll begin to do those changes. So for me, it's a generational thing, and as if you will, celebrities, we should begin to tackle that and make sure that a new generation comes up who has a different attitude, has a different outlook on some of these practices, and so that for me would help.
Okay, I know with your status, you don't just take any role or play any character. So with this particular one, tell me. Maybe your motivation or how passionate you are about to take it.
Of course, I mean, for me, I've always been an advocate for us telling our own stories, you know, as Ghanaians, South Africans, and because we can tell it better. And so when I see subjects of this nature, like this, like Wuman, and I immediately want to jump on it. And for me, I don't even, the financial returns is not what comes first. For me, it's the content and how that can have an impact on our society as a people, because at the end of the day, you know, our medium is to make that, and so that our living is, you know, always improved. And so for me, the content, the subject area is something that we can relate to because it happens, you know, within our space. And of course, the second thing for me would be the fact that it also gives you opportunity to have, you know, interact with other professionals out there, and it adds some kind of value that you can't place even money on, because it opens the doors internationally. And for me, these for me are the two main reasons why.
So after Wuman, what's next? Man.
Well, there are a couple of projects in there. There's one that's coming up, Gone Too Soon, which also looks at another phenomena, practices when it comes to funeral rites, you know, all the things that goes in there. You know, you'll agree with me that when it comes to funeral ceremonies, sometimes families are split when they should come together. It's an irony, because there's so many things that are going on behind the scenes, and I think we have to really look at how we tackle some of these ceremonies, so that it doesn't become a burden when somebody dies.
Great. Now, Mr. Producer, unfortunately my time is up, but when should we look forward to having this beautiful woman?
Production will take place, God's willing, this year. So early next year, yes, we should look for Wuman all over West Africa, all over the world. And I just want to make a point that the women out there who think they don't have a voice, Wuman will speak for them, because they are the reason why we're doing this. So please, know that some people get your back.
So if you're a woman out there and you think you don't have a voice, another woman is coming and is coming to give you a voice. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being here. And Ajite Anan, if I don't tell you this, my friend is going to kill me. So I have this lovely friend, Louisa Becky Ando from Kumasi. So yesterday I shared a post on Facebook and Instagram with your picture coming here. And she said I should tell you, just extend her regards, and that she admires you so much. That's all. So please, I'm done. Don't come and kill me.
What about those who made us look cute?
Oh my God!
Can I say thank you to NBK? How do you call it? Clothing line.
For clothing. For clothing and producer for us to make Wuman for us. So thank you all so much for coming. It's been a pleasure having you, and we wish you all the best with the project. We hope it's going to make that impact we are looking for. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.